What's going on, man? What's going on? We are in the 1 o'clock hour on Hot Seat with IC Jonez. Y'all know I'm live every Thursday and Friday, 12 to 2 on Room Service Radio. You know how it go, man. Man, we just had the legendary DJ Mix Master LV in the 12 o'clock hour, man. Y'all run it up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go back, get some info, get some knowledge. You know what I mean? We was really spitting game. And, man, now we got this guy in the building, man. You know, Triller House in the building. You feel me?
Sir.
Been doing this thing out here. They say he ain't coming outside, but guess what? He in the hot seat today. He outside.
Apparently.
Guess what? He was just at my video shoot for my people. He been outside, y'all. You feel me?
I try.
And guess
I tried,
what?
man.
Guess what?
As much as possible, I try.
He's still alive. You feel me?
Oh, my God. I'm still alive.
100, man. We got Rambo3hunnid in the building, man. What's happening?
Not much, man. Just living,
Yeah,
striving, man. Pushing forward.
yeah,
Keeping myself busy. Keeping my head low.
yeah,
Everything. Good, bad, and different.
for sure.
No?
Yeah, there you go. Come up to the mic for me,
Oh,
man.
shit. All right, for sure.
Yeah, let him hear you, man.
Too far. I'm too far. All right, for sure, man.
Yeah, man. So we start off the show, man, by asking, where are you originally from?
I'm from Inglewood, California. I mean, I spent some time in my childhood growing up in San Pedro, California.
Okay.
I spent a good chunk of my childhood there. And then by the time I got into my early teens, I went to Inglewood, and that's really where I placed my feet down. That's where I really understood who I was, got to understand where my love was for the music. That's where I started that journey. Even though I bounced around all over LA, met people all over the city and shit. You know, for those who come up in LA, you know, anywhere you need to go is a bus away, or 10, 20-minute drive down the freeway away. So,
yeah,
Inglewood is really where I planted my feet down, though. That's where I can say I really learned my identity as an artist.
right on. And two-parent household?
No. It's interesting because my dad, he wasn't present in my life, but he did give me with something later down the line, which is like a shitload of relatives. I have like over 9 to 10 brothers and sisters on my father's side, and they all live on the East Coast of the country.
Okay.
So I got a lot of extra knowledge from them about my father, but I didn't know him per se. I didn't know him, personally.
Is he still alive?
No, he's been going since 2005.
Okay.
Long live Michael Seegers, or
Okay.
Big Rambo Loso.
Okay.
And that's pretty much where I got my name from, is him.
Okay.
After learning where he planted his feet, I just felt that it was right to kind of take the namesake. So.
How many children your mom have?
My mom had 3. Me, my older brother, and my older sister.
And are you the only one from your dad?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Unfortunately.
Whatever.
Typical nigga story.
Okay. You're the middle or youngest, you said?
The youngest.
The youngest. Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, you never got a chance to meet him?
No, I did not. I met him once vaguely
That
when
you
I was
remember?
like 5.
Right.
I don't remember that shit.
Right.
I don't remember that shit.
Right.
But yeah, I never really spent any time. Had no definitive moments with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. No pictures, nothing.
Nah.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Now with that, you got stories about him, right?
Plenty. Like this whole background coming up in Texas, coming up in LA.
Yeah.
He transcended in Long Beach. That was where his last place of residence was, and him and my mom kind of had a little one-night stand type of jump off, and my mom had me at 35, so
Okay.
it was already like an interesting story with me. Like my mom said I was basically a mistake that she's grateful for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
And with that though, like you have this this coming up in LA type of thing, right? South California, right? Who was the male figures in Rambo's life?
Just people who gave me a platform and really didn't judge me on what I didn't know. Like, got people like Gutta from A2I. Shout out to Gutta. Jay Smooth from Inked Up. We both started together on the A2I tutelage. You got
Addicted to Ink.
Yeah, Addicted to Ink.
You knew Jay Smooth in Cali?
Yeah, me and Jay Smooth go back. We
Dang.
thick as thieves. We've known each other for over 10 years now.
Right.
So it's like we've always developed a good working relationship. We got shitload of records together. People, you just have to know us to know those records.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we've always been in the loop with each other, like throughout our journeys and shit. We kind of went different ways sonically, but that's my brother for life.
For
That's
sure.
that's that's some 4L shit.
Okay.
And Gutter, man, he's the one that kind of just brung me outside for the first time. I was 16, 17, fucking wet behind the ears, didn't know shit. And he brought me to events that I didn't think to go to, wouldn't even know where to find them.
Mm-hmm.
Introduced me to people, got me in the studio situations where I was able to, perfect my craft.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Smooth as well. Jay Smooth really gave me a facility to work on music. Like
Yes.
70% of my catalog earlier came from his studio.
His studio.
No cap. And I got to give him that.
Yeah.
And other than that, it was just people that I met along the way. Like, say for instance, my boy Rockstar, free him. Just people that were unconventional mentors. Like they were street niggas, man. And
But
when
they kept you out of the line of fire.
they just they taught me, it's like, I did this, you don't do this. This is not the route that you want to go. It does not work out well for anybody. You good with this, stick to this.
Perfect.
You know what I'm saying? My homeboy Big Count from LA, he had a lot of influence as far as me, popping out into the streets and knowing what people were listening to.
Okay.
Really a big tastemaker in my life as far as that foundation. Shout out to Millionaire Count on Instagram, or Billionaire Count on Instagram.
Okay.
And Curtis Young, I've worked with him. He kind of opened up my eyes to the industry standpoint and the way that the game works on
That's Dr. Dre's son.
Dr. Dre's son. For those who don't know,
But does Dr. Dre claim him like that?
Oh my God, see,
because from what I heard, they had issues, and
me and Curtis have a very, very we have an amicable relationship.
Okay.
Business relationship. Is we've had our differences in the past, and I've worked with him, I've toured with him. Anybody ask Curtis about me, I'm pretty sure he'll have good things to say. Anybody ask me about Curtis, I'll just say it's like he's big on timing. He's big on making sure shit is just perfect. He's so much of a perfectionist, like his dad, and his mythos is so different with his pops. He didn't know his dad till he was 21. It's like many of these tales. It's like I don't want to spoil it because I'm sure he's working on his album.
Okay.
He's someone working on his album.
Okay.
That boy's always working on some type of music.
Right.
He really just opened my eyes to how all of this music thing, this music business works. As opposed to just the allure and just being a part of the clout of it all. And
the mirage and the facade.
Yeah. And his dad, he speaks with his father sparingly. They'll speak every now and again, and it'll all just be game laced. It'll all just be like ways to corner markets and ways to, just diversify your brand. You know what I'm saying? We as people, we're all brands in some capacity. So, bro, really opened my eyes up to that. I'm sure a lot of that game came from, his dad. To be honest.
So, moms, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is something? She's still here.
Yes.
What is something that moms taught you along the way that still sticks with you today?
Put your feelings in your feet and step on them.
Ooh, deep.
That's something I can take away from her most.
She wanted you to be a man.
Yeah, that or that, and she had a bunch of little crazy ass proverbs. Like it's funny as hell. Funny as, like, I used to get crazy mad when I was a kid at certain shit. Typical angst as a teen. And I would be quick to say, "Oh my God!" And she'd be like, "Yep, call him." Shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Call him.
But it just put you to a point where you build this resiliency. My mom, she instilled that in me, just to be resilient and be able to roll with these punches, take the blows. Because life is full of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, life is gonna test you at any given standpoint, any given vantage point you're at. You're gonna have to be prone to some type of risk factor. So. She just taught me to be resilient, not to take it too personally, and just to approach it with a headstrong mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She really taught me that. She taught me to just hold it down. That's what you want to do. Stay at it.
When did you get to Vegas?
Roughly 2011, 2012-ish, something like that. That's when I really started getting out here doing shows.
So you coming on 9-10 years this year?
Yeah, I've had a pretty expansive tenure, but I've always been here on and off. Like, I'll travel, I'll go back to LA, or I'll go to Atlanta, or I'll go to Memphis, I'll go to the East Coast, and I'll travel. So, I've been out here on and off about like 8-9 years, but actively I say about like a good 6. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I would
Yeah.
say as far as being on the circuit.
What made you plant your feet here?
Um, Mainly because I have family members here. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? The grunt of my immediate family stays in Vegas. They migrated from LA,
Okay.
which is the case with a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, it's like I just kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say I got stuck here. More so, I just like I didn't see anywhere else to go as far as to just really get cultured on my craft. Like everywhere else you would go, it'd be just too hard to find a studio, or it wouldn't really have a music scene. And I came here and I started doing a couple local shows, showing up to a couple local events. They embraced me. You know what I'm saying? Booked me for some shows. Like say shout out Mr. Crimson,
Mm-hmm.
Sergeant Mage for sure,
Mm-hmm.
DJ Mike Louie,
Yep.
DJ Kelly J. They all were willing to book me. Mills Park. He went by DJ DG from Powerhouse Radio at the time.
Mm-hmm.
They RJ Lloyd. They all facilitated places for me to develop my craft. And I felt embraced, in a way that I didn't really feel anywhere else.
Yeah.
So from there, I worked, I built these relationships, and I just started kind of branching out, doing different things creatively, going into design, going into, websites, and learning different ways to express my art.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Even though the energy shifted now, I would say, but back then it's like everybody was we just wanted to see something dope happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I appreciate about that era of really doing the music here. It's like it wasn't too much pressure. It was all good vibes. Everybody just wanted to see good shit happen.
The mid 2000s.
Yes, mid
early
2000s.
2010s.
No, yeah, like I say no, like this is mid 2010s. This is
Okay.
when Boomers was still open.
Okay.
It's when Shifties was still open.
Okay.
Bunkhouse, the original Bunkhouse, you know what I'm
Original.
saying? Like, shit like that. These are where all of these venues were hubs,
Receptive.
stateside lounge. Like these places were hubs for
Ooh,
the indie
Stateside
rap
has
lounge,
transitioned.
Oh, it's different now.
My
It's
goodness.
it's not the same.
Money Plays. You ever
Oh
been to
man,
Money
shout out to
Plays?
Stanley, man.
Come on.
So many good memories at Money Plays. It's sick that it's not there.
Right.
So many amazing memories there. From shout out to Pace Brown. He had an album release party, and it was a pizza party. This
Right.
nigga ordered like 10, 20 fucking pizzas and just set up a concert with some of the dopest indie acts in the city. And
So can we do that again?
absolutely, it's just like everybody get their head out their ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody come together on what we want to do. We find a good venue. We get on the promotion and really round table that shit. That's what we're missing. Have more summits to speak on how we can, broaden the horizons of our scene.
Yeah.
Our scene, we go through a lot of shit. We get frowned upon to the the broad entertainment sector of this city because
Facts.
it's the demographic that it brings.
Facts.
It has a lot to do with it. So it's possible to do it. We just have to do it tastefully.
Right.
I must stress that we have to do it tastefully.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. How did you get bit with the music bug? Were you like, I want to do this?
Okay, it's a funny story, right? My brother and his friends used to rap in this laundromat in the back of our apartment building, right? So they had this little bullshit camera where they could record audio.
Yeah.
So they'll go in the back, bring a little stereo, plug that shit up, play beat CDs. We can download it off LimeWire.
Yep.
And whole time I just be back there enamored with the whole art of coming up with shit off the top of your dome and the freestyle. It's an art to it. It truly is an art to it. It truly is an art to it. So I started just asking them like, let me spit, let me talk some shit. You feel me? They're like, nah. They curved me the first few times. No cap. It took me like a couple months to get to that point.
Yeah.
And once I finally got there, where they was like, all right, come on. I spit some shit that I had written. I was working on that motherfucker. I was so dedicated on mastering that flow. And I was like fucking 14, 13 at this time.
Yeah.
And so I spit it, and everybody kind of, that look when everybody look at you like,
do that again.
right, exactly. So I'm on some shit like, okay, well, I guess that works. So I kept at it. I kept writing shit. And from there, I realized I had a knack for it. So I was fucking 14, doing odd jobs, mowing lawns, fucking washing cars from the people on the block. And I got this fucking gig with the damn manager for the building next to ours. And I was washing, like, sweeping their lawns and shit for, like, pennies.
Yeah.
Basically kibbles. And I would take that little money and I would run in the damn studio. Like, shout to Birmingham Entertainment in Inglewood. It was a studio. Now, anybody that come from the streets understand that every low-income area has a one-stop. That's where you go to get your jobs and shit. That's where you go to apply, send your resume. They send it out to different gigs, see if somebody can hire you. It was a studio in ours, in Inglewood, right? So the studio was ran by my boy KB, my boy Big Rod. Fucking shout to J Rhodes. These are all people that are they're instrumental in my beginnings of recording. And so I went, booked the studio session with them, recorded a couple freestyles of like some big shit popping. Some big things popping was a thing. It was a hit at that time. And I did a remix of that, remix of We Taking Over by Khaled. And from there, that's when I knew. I was like, I got hit with that motherfucker, man. It wasn't even getting bit. Like, that motherfucker took a sledgehammer to my throat. I really just knew this was something that I wanted to continue doing. So from there, I never stopped. I kept finding different ways to record, kept doing odd jobs, kept booking as much studio time as I could, or somebody just fuck with me, wanted me to record, on they beats or something, I would jump to it. So many records that I have that I don't have access to now, you know, not understanding how external hard drives work. All of these things that I wasn't privy to as an artist when I was starting. I just wanted to rap. So once that happened, I started just going crazy. I started recording at any given moment that I could. And that's what led me to the sound that I have now. Like, it led me to how I make music now. It's just, I never stopped. I was consistent with the creative process and wanted to know how it all worked, wanted to know how to mix shit, wanted to know how to master, wanted to understand it like scientifically, pretty much.
Right.
Just because I loved what it did. Like, music is an escape. It's a form of escapism. And, I wanted to be able to make the music that I listened to that helped me to escape.
When did you get into branding, though? Because now we're talking business.
Late. I didn't know anything. I was one of those people, they knew I had a lot of potential. So they put a veil over my head in terms of what I should be expecting in the business and what my actual services were worth. So I think I learned the gist of branding after my tenure of working with Curtis. Curtis Young. And that just came from, number one, getting fucked out of a lot of money. I'm not going to save face on speaking that. Like, Curtis, you got to do better with your artists, man. You done fuck me and a lot of other artists out of a lot of money. I'm sorry, but I got to say it. Work on your business, man. Build better teams. Build teams of people that give a fuck. But ironically enough, I think the gift that came from it was just teaching me branding. It taught me how to take care of my shit, like get your paperwork together, understand what LLCs are, understand what C Corps are, understand what fictitious business names, DBAs, and knowing how to get your bag. Don't miss any fucking bags. It's like, I learned so much in terms of what bad business looks like.
How did you come across Curtis?
Fluky as hell. My boy Skinny Kenny, he knew that I've been doing my thing. I didn't really have any type of advantages. I had no ends as far as the actual industry is concerned. And he was doing a writing gig for Curtis, but it just didn't fit with what his writing style was. He was looking for something a little bit more potent lyrically. And niggas know I've been writing since 14. So by the time I got up to like 17, I was very methodical with the way I wrote records. Like, I wrote records in the vein of the Jay-Z's and the Nas's, the Scarfaces, really painting a picture, getting my voice there. So he said, "Do you want to write for Dr. Dre's son?" Like, nigga, hell yeah. Why not? So I'm thinking he lying all the time. I'm swearing I'm cap, nigga. You gotta be kidding. At this point, nigga, I'm living in a fucking 1-bedroom apartment with my mom and my brother on the east side of LA. Impoverished as fuck, nigga. No hope. So I go there. I go from there. I catch a bus to Hollywood, right off Coenga. Never forget. Ironically enough, right across the street was where Can-Am Studios was. That's where Death Row made a lot of their music. Now I believe it's like a hub for Atlantic Records, but before that it was Edmonds Tower. Babyface had owned it. But it's a very historic building there. It's where a lot of magical shit happened for the industry. That's where Dre worked on The Chronic, if I'm not mistaken, at that studio, across from us. So it was a whole event there. Just the fact we're across from there, the energy was high. I got to it. Started writing shit the first night I got there. From there, bro said, what you doing tomorrow? Because I was on the way headed home. I didn't want to be too late for the bus because where I lived at, you don't want to be just caught outside roaming around.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, all right, well, come back, pack a bag. So I came back, nigga. I stayed there for like 3 weeks straight. Nigga, the studio was immaculate.
Yeah.
It's a studio, one room, it had a whole bathroom set up, it had a whole kitchen area, it had a whole living room area, it was a whole loft.
Yeah.
Feel me? There's stories out of that motherfucker, bro. Like, I experienced some dope ass shit in that building. It was in such close proximity to the A-list. Like, I'm kicking it with people that was on Nickelodeon shows and shit.
Right.
Lindsay Lohan met her down the hallway.
Yeah.
Can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
So I got to meet him. We started working, and that's when I kind of got into my knack for writing and understanding, you know, how powerful that position is. You know what I'm saying? It's like all of these people are showing up for him, but they don't realize I'm the mind, I'm the pen. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fucking 17-year-old kid. This man is like 30, damn near 30 at this point. But basically, he's around my age now. Then,
yeah,
you get me? So going into that, we worked on and off for that motherfucker for like 5-6 years, man. We worked that first 10 year in the Hollywood thing. Then bullshit started happening. He lost his investor, pulled out. Next thing you know, niggas had to go. I had to go back to the hood with my bag packed. After that, we linked up a couple years after that, started touring. That's when he made his way to Vegas. We went touring in the Pacific Northwest. That's how I was able to get that other record. We made a record with Lil Eazy-E and Dr. Dre's son. Very powerful record that I was on the hook for. That never got released. The video was shot. All of that. Man, it was just it was such a headache because it shows you that really it's on you, you know, to decide whether or not what you're working on actually sees the light of day.
You were right there though, like you were right.
I was in the thick of it. Like you can't take away from the situation. I had like a level of proximity most others don't have when it comes to Kurt. Like I was on the road with this man.
Right.
Like we went through real nigga situations. I must say this. Like, and by no way am I saying that Curtis Young is not a solid, genuine person, a decent man. He's a great dude. You feel me? It's just business-wise, shit gets a little murky with him.
Yeah.
But all in all, bro taught me so much. I consider him a true friend in the business.
Now, would you say that money was worth the experience? Like the money that's owed is worth the experience that you had?
I always put experience over money. Because the worst situations I was in industry-wise financially, I was in the best positions, like culturally, in the best positions, like leverage-wise. I was homeless at these points, like, and going to All Deaf Digital's headquarters and meeting people that are kingmakers in this shit. But really just stepping out on faith. I didn't have any fucking budgets. I didn't have thousands of dollars like these other industry plant type artists do.
Yeah.
Where they have teams behind them, but they're painting the picture that they're independent, that they don't have any backing.
Right.
But in all in all, like their uncles at A&R.
Yeah.
At fucking Universal.
Right.
Like they're just waiting on them to get their image together.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
So it's like with that, the money that I've gotten from this, I've got more money doing anything else. I've got more money diversifying through social media marketing, through graphic design. I do videography through shooting videos. I've made more money doing all of the other shit than I ever have on music.
Right.
Truly.
Like lyrics,
as far as
songs.
directly off the music, that is like the last thing I expect. I even expect money from. Like, this is a labor of love for me. I love to do music, but if I got hung up on the money, I'd have stopped a long time ago because it's really none in that aspect of it. It's really getting your relationships in the business up and using that leverage to your advantage and knowing where to invest your money for to up your brand and knowing your ads. And that way, when you get to that point, you'll start to make money back from what you've invested because you've built a foundation for your brand.
Yeah.
You know, like you got to just not do it backwards. I've done it backwards for years. A lot of us do it backwards, but you have to understand you got to put that business part first.
So, how do we get to Nobody's?
Right now, it's funny because on YouTube, this shit is like, it is an issue right now. But if you go to my social media, I actually have the link for it pinned at the top of my Facebook page. And if you go to my Instagram, it is the link in the bio. So you can always find it on there.
Well, no, what I'm asking is, how did you get to create this track?
How did I get to create? Oh, well, shit.
Yeah,
okay.
Because out of all the years of music,
yeah.
And then boom, we got Nobody's today. So
yeah.
How did we get to this page today?
I spent about a year and a half in Atlanta, and which I advise if any independent artists are trying to broaden their horizons musically and want to get like a different area to do their shows, go to Atlanta. we recorded a couple of records, and I was just feeling it. I was feeling the energy of being out there. I had already been out there for a few months before we booked the session. So when we booked the session, that became an entirely different energy because I was around nothing but engineers from Atlanta, and I was in the studio in Atlanta, and the studio in Atlanta was owned by T.I. It's called Billboard Studios. So apparently I didn't know this is where Young Thug records his shit. This is where Gunna records his shit. They'll book it out for months at a time. So I got a cool plug-in with the owner from someone that I knew out there, a mutual friend, basically liaison out there. We booked like a 6-hour session. I went in there, I knocked out 4 songs, and Nobody's was one of them. But that was probably my favorite out of that session. Aside from it's another record I'm thinking of shooting to called The Drought. And I'm going to be shooting that with my boy D.A. Shouts to D.A. Zay Smith on Facebook, Z-A-Y Smith, like Will. And really, it was organic. I didn't go into it with an idea for it. Like I had patchworked verses. I found verses that I had written before, didn't intend to put it to the beat. Then I kind of made the hook up there. So it really was something that it was meant to be made. Because it wasn't premeditated at all.
Introduce this for me, man.
This is Nobody's by myself, Rambo3hunnid. It's directed by Jay Breed of Trapanomics. Make sure that you guys go look up Trapanomics on YouTube, Trapanomix. Subscribe, like, share, comment, click the bell.
Who produced it?
A YouTube producer.
Okay.
Like, please don't crucify me for not remembering this man's name. Because I dig through so many different producers on YouTube. It's like I'll find some shit, and then when I decide I want to own it, I'll buy the beat. So it's a YouTube producer. His name slips me, though. Like, I'd have to really search for it to find that shit right now.
Let's go.
I might be the realest come out of my city. They can't do it like me, I did it my way. Try to come close and be doing the most. I see them as the jokers, I'm touching this cake. Down in the A with some names I can't say. They just want me to shit on these niggas, okay? Niggas better stop fucking playing with me like I ain't spent your budget 10 fucking times on my own niggas. Rich young nigga with a high IQ, so I peeped you a bitch when I walked in the room. Really a stepper, I've been with the extras and been with whatever, it's just what I do. Different, I'm clever, I turn up the pressure at tables with bosses, a young tycoon. Cabbage, that flavor, that dollar, that guap. Got a bitch on my couch, she gon' gobble and true. Out of the spot, you a much, you a pop. I cannot be your pop, I cannot be your boo. Ain't got no hours, my business official. I make it make sense and some dollars to prove. It's only big bosses inside of my crew. Ain't no big eyes, ain't no little use. Bitch, I'm a demon, my heart been abused. This shit made me monster, that shit made me true. Yeah. But you know about it. Bad call it, making sure I got it. Now the motor man, I'm for sure profit. Standing firm, I don't feel nobody. I don't put trust in nobody. Ain't no love here with nobody. How you gang with nobody? Nigga, you just a nobody. Nobody. Bad call it, making sure I got it. Motor man, I'm for sure profit. Standing firm, I don't feel nobody. I don't put trust in nobody. Ain't no love here with nobody. How you gang with nobody? You just nobody. Ride around working out methods, I'm waking up restless, I can't sleep, I need it. Tucked, I ain't never been extra, I'm mad at my blessings, storming, now I'm needed. Niggas ain't wanna see greatness in their faces, try to see me leak it. I ain't never tolerate fakeness, that's outrageous, rather bow and need me. Can't trust niggas these days, they move so snaky, we the ones with people. I've been most known it, anti-phony, I don't know the meaning. Better say peace on the platform, but don't last long. Men like me don't need it, I release my solo rap songs.
Hot Seat with IC Jonez. We got Rambo3hunnid in the building. That was Nobody's. It's on YouTube right now. Is that also streaming?
Yes, it's definitely streaming. It's actually a part of my EP called What They Made Me. That was basically produced and recorded all in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I did a couple of tracks on there in Memphis. Other Side is another one too. That's actually something I'm thinking about shooting too, doing some new visuals for as well.
Okay.
To be honest, that EP, What They Made Me, is probably my most experimental because I really dabble with different production styles and
sounds.
I was in a different area, so it's like shit. I was definitely influenced by where I was at that time. So
yeah, I can hear it in that song
for sure. It's like shit. I'm an Inglewood nigga. I'm from LA,
right?
So it's like just to have that palette to be able to hang with them cadences. A lot of that shit came from just picking up game out there.
For sure.
So
I got to touch on this.
Sure.
All right, very public. We thought you was dead, right?
Yes.
Thought you overdosed.
Yes.
Right? And obviously we could tell somebody was acting weird in the comments.
Change your passwords on your social medias like every month, every 2 weeks. Fuck it, every week.
Please explain to the public, man, why we got you
I
here,
mean-
bro. What transpired?
A lot. It's one of them situations where people get a hold of your social media, or say, for instance, you're hanging around people who really don't have your best intentions in mind. And some point, somebody that I was around at this party had gotten my fucking phone. I couldn't find that motherfucker and started posting crazy shit. Apparently, it found a picture of me that I had taken when I was like passed out and shit with like actual friends.
Mm-hmm.
Posted that shit, just drew a whole narrative up that I was overdosed on shit. And then, to be honest, anyone that knows me knows, yeah, I'm a rock star when it comes to like real life shit. In real life, I do rock star things,
Mm-hmm.
but I value my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna put myself in a position to where it's like I feel like I'm self-destructing or something's truly wrong. Like, it was just one of them cases of social media going wrong, people having the wrong access, or the wrong people having access to my social media.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bunch of bullshit. And probably, for the most part, I know who did it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it still hasn't been confirmed.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I know who did it. And if you're a terrible person, fuck you. I hope
So-
you rot in hell.
Do you blame yourself as well?
Absolutely. Because, you know, we all go through those phases where we realize who's not supposed to be around us, who you're not supposed to allow energy to.
Were you out of town at this time? In Memphis or something? Or I think they said you
no.
were.
I was actually here.
Oh.
Somebody was saying some shit like I was in Arkansas or something. Like,
yeah.
the
Or-
weirdest shit.
Some
Fucking.
people thought you were in Memphis or something. Because you do got family there or something. You was telling me.
No, yeah, I got folks there. I got
Yeah,
folks there.
yeah.
It's a weird story, bro. It's like I still don't have the details. It's hard to explain it. It's just somebody had access to my page. Once I got back to my phone, like the person who gave me back the phone couldn't tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? So they got cut off too. And I just reset my passwords and started over. It's like, but I do appreciate all of the love and support that I did get through that time. But it's like, fuck, like it sucks that that's the method in which I got the support. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like, I wish it could be something more in a positive light. That I don't want to be known as the person that, or your page got hacked last year.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where I'm at with it.
But even so, like, what you seen was a lot of love, right?
Absolutely.
And what we get is like, oh, they not showing love to my music like that.
Mhm.
Or they not showing love to my brand, Trill House.
Hey, I wish I would have got all of them damn views and all of them damn likes and all of them damn comments on some music.
Trilla
Shit.
House, right?
Yes, Trilla House.
Let me see the logo. Show it to us. Yeah, Trilla
Right
House.
here. Oh shit.
Yep, right there. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Trilla
it's my
House
brand,
jumpsuit.
man. This is my everything.
How do we
just-
find that?
I mean, honestly, it's a Instagram page. You can follow it on Instagram. You can follow it on Facebook. The spelling is TRILLAHAUS.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really just my brand for everything that is me. It's like just how, you know, how Kanye have his good music, or you know anyone have their particular crests to them. That's mine. You know, it's not like I have some big movement. I don't have a huge team. I am Trilla House. Like Trilla House is I.
Yeah.
And we just or I just really just wanted a name that would be okay and would resonate with any given sector of industry. Like Trilla House can be anything. It's not just hip hop centric. It's not just, you know, entertainment centric. It could stand for other things. So it's like I had Trilla House for my social media branding. I have Trilla House for film and video. I have Trilla House for graphic design. I have Trilla House for the music collective, for, you know, my distribution. And I'm actually working on some other shit, but I'm keeping that under wraps right now. But it'll actually give a lot more purpose to the name.
Right. And with that though, we can't always see the love,
Mm-hmm.
but know that the people are watching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can see that in your analytics. You
Mhm.
can see that, you know, in other things.
And
right?
take advantage of that shit too.
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you who's listening, where they are, how old they are.
Who watching?
Yeah, they'll let you know that shit. Take advantage of that, so you know exactly where to
Yeah.
do your ads.
Target marketing.
Yes.
And people won't always hit the like button. People don't always
But they
comment.
always
people
fucking
don't always
watch.
share, but they always watch it.
They
So
always watch.
you probably do get that love, but they not gonna hit the like button. They're not gonna comment.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So, But again, it's always like that though, bro. It's been like that forever. You
That's
know what
true.
I'm saying? Like
That's true.
when something bad happens, everybody want to run to it. You
Yeah.
know, something good happens every day. It's normal. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're numb to it. Like, no, we
Tell
can't
me
do
about
that.
it. That's facts.
So, but again, like I said, folks, Rambo3hunnid in the building. He is still alive. You feel me? And he is not the one who got his paycheck. He is the one who
No.
has a single out right now. It's streaming on YouTube, and you can find it on all streaming platforms.
Absolutely.
Nobody's. Rambo3hunnid is one word, RAMBO, the number 3, HUNNID. All right. And anything you want to speak on before we get up out of here, man? We got a couple minutes left.
Not really. But one thing I can say is pray for Ukraine. Some shitty shit going on out there. For all the artists that are, you know, trying to forge a path still, lean into the uncomfortable. Dive into that shit, because to be honest, that's the energy you're going to be met with this entire journey. So learn to use it to your advantage. Read your fucking paperwork. Read your contracts. Know the business. Make sure that you build relationships with the people that truly matter, like the entertainment lawyers, the A&Rs, the promoters, the publicists, the management teams. Understand that the world is bigger than outside of your window. It's bigger than, you know, your 5-10 mile radius. Don't be afraid to branch out. Don't be afraid to take those trips by yourself to understand game and find new fans. Reach out to different promoters and DJs that are out of town, that are in places you can't touch on feet. So use the internet to your advantage. Know the business, man. Just understand the business. You can't be taken advantage of if you understand what you're dealing with. That's one thing that we don't have any literacy on. We don't get trained on that. We don't speak on that enough. Be literate in your business. Understand what these terms mean. A lot of people have been played this way.
Yeah.
Me included. I've been played out of thousands of dollars, probably millions if I really knew what the work was. Like, I done fumbled some $1 million bags. You know what I'm saying? Me and the teams I was with at the time. So understand how important it is to be on top of your shit. To know what this shit means, to know what it means when it's not in the studio, when it's not on stage. Like, know what that paperwork hitting for.
Right.
You know? Keep a team of people to look into that shit for you.
Yeah. That's good, man. That's good. How they follow you, bro?
On my Instagram, RAMBO LOSSO. Make sure you click the link in my bio to check out the Nobody's video again if you want to check it out once more. On my Facebook, it's pretty simple. It's my name, Paris Jackson, PARISH, Jackson like Michael. I talk a lot of shit on there. Don't expect anything too serious. I shit post, so there's gonna be some funny shit on there. Twitter, THETRILLAHAUS. It's gonna be the Trilla House. As well as Rambo3hunnid. That's my artist name, RAMBO3HUNNID. You can find me on any fucking streaming platform that you have, that you listen to music on, from YouTube up to Tidal, by typing in Rambo3hunnid, RAMBO space 3HUNNID, as well as looking up Lil Rambo300. I have some singles on there through distributed through executive order. Shout to Devin Brabham of AMG. And I got a show March 26th. I was about to forget like a motherfucker. I got a show March 26th at the Ninja Karaoke Lounge. Basically, it's a pretty cool venue. A lot of us have been there already, so make sure you pop out on the 26th of March. I got pre-sales for $20 going right now. If anybody wants to grab them from me, I'll pull up on your ass. You can pull up on me. I'm not no bougie ass rapper. Other than that, I'm just a catch me when you can ass nigga, man. Like, you'll see me in traffic.
Real talk. And he's coming outside more. Not so much.
I've been hearing from a lot of you niggas that I don't come outside enough. I don't even know what the fuck that means. And then on top of that, I'm an introvert. So it's literally like a personality trait of mine to not come outside. I appreciate my solitude. I'm not one of these people that enjoy being outside. If I wanted to just be around a bunch of loud ass people with music playing, I just go to the strip. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, these days I'm coming out for reasons. You know what I'm saying? These days it's not I don't do no fake kicking.
For sure.
I don't. You know,
For sure.
I fuck with people, so it's like if you see me outside, that means that the people I'm there with, I genuinely fuck with them.
Facts. One love, man. You know what it is. Hot Seat with IC Jonez. You'll see me next week, Thursday and Friday. Got some dope special guests coming through. You know what it is, man. 12 to 2, right here on Room Service Radio. You know how I go. God bless y'all. Love y'all. Peace.
Peace out.
Yo, we did that.
Hey, yeah.
Hit me.
I don't need them girls. I'm just a flirtatious type. Been this way all my life. I can't lie. I don't want them girls. I'm just a flirtatious type. Been this way all my life. I can't lie.
Something about you keeping my attention.
Yeah,
Was a player, this my intervention.
okay.
You hold the key to everything I'm missing.
I'm missing.
And if I can't have you, then it's back to pimping. Never threw my eggs in one basket.
Fast,
It's hard to trust, loyalty I'm asking.
I'm ass.
I need love, you can keep the lust. I want patience, baby, what's the rush? Or you here for longevity?
Jeopardy,
I just need a little clarity.
clarity.
Apologize if my actions ain't right.
Right.
Can't lie, I've been flirting all my life.
I don't need them girls. I'm just a flirtatious type. Been this way all my life. I can't lie. I don't want them girls. I'm just a flirtatious type. Been this way all my life. I can't lie.
Tryna live, learn, and grow. Take responsibility for all my wrongs. Swear she's just a friend. No need to lie to you or pretend. I like to hear a woman's perspective. She was giving me all the directions on how to keep you happy. All along, she was plotting on my family. Grew up in a broken home. Some wanna see you fail, others want you to be alone. Misery loves company. I'm good where I'm at. She the one
I
for
don't
me.
need them girls. I'm just a flirtatious type. Been this way all my life. I can't lie. I don't want them girls. I'm just a flirtatious type. Been this way all my life. I can't lie.
Aye. Ross, love. Is it just me or is everyone on drugs? I've been dealing with some pain, I've been feeling for some love. Up late, can't sleep, I'ma blow me a wood. Stimulate my thoughts, feel about something good. Still so many days where I relapse. Find myself floating in the deep end, somehow tapped in. Backspin on the verse, every bar clutch set in place for the offense. Everything authentic. Organize my mind, gotta get right. What if I never knew what it was? I've been searching for God in the depths of my soul. Tapped into the source of the plug at the seed of the soul. Pieced up thoughts, I just wanna be whole. Being so gone, I just wanna be home. People so fake, I just wanna be alone. I can't be as wrong as you is in your right mind. Forgiveness don't come with a lifeline. X yourself off if you cross lines. Ain't go for me if I ever treat you like wise. I wanna see yourself till we sky high. Don't miss me when you got me on my fly by. Every moment that we have is the right time. Pray to death, don't catch me by the blind side. Yeah. I crave a match in my energy. If you can't make me better, then you limit me. And I need to be rich off the synergy. How long do it take you to heal when the pain that you feel is a feeling? When the feelings that you have cause sickness. Can't talk too much, need healing. And your energy off cause the thoughts in your mind make you feel like not even living. And the world so fake, need realer. And the people so lost, need leaders. Minds enslaved, need freedom. I've been thinking on a level way deeper. If I made it to your prayers, please keep me. Always forever, I'll be there when you need me. Eating for some love, got some alcohol and drugs. How I get so low, I was doing so good. How we lose touch, we was just using words. We supposed to choose growth, not her. Can't let go, gotta hold on. No, it ain't right, I don't wanna be wrong. Lost in the ink, tattoo my soul. Speak truth through these poems and these songs. So, aye. Yeah. Gotta be us out this shit, right? Can't all be bad. Aye, look. Yeah, losing touch with the world, but in tune with myself. Made it through some hell, so I'm sure we could last. Limitless soul, I've been pushing to the max. Turned myself to a god from a man. Made my life to a business and a brand. Aligned with the stars, it was written in the sand. Life being dealt, I'm just playing my hand. Believing in myself, I'm just sticking to the plan. Started off reading, now I can't be read. God spoke to my heart, let it spread to my head. Influence my soul, manifest my prayers. See the ways we could all be ahead. Arm, leg, got body. Every part is important, don't doubt it. Shit we was taught got us blinded. Ain't no way we could grow close-minded. I was deep in the water with a wave so strong it could drown you. Raised by the sharks, gained knowledge. Gained power, grew wings, got me outed. Just a leader cause I see we need guidance. From a life where life don't like you. Can't escape from the sin you surrounded. Walk through the desert of the depths of the shadows. Make son of yourself, it's a battle. Scars on your heart, got your trust low. Made it past the pain, got you solid. Reminiscing what you lost, need flowers. Made it here something rare to accomplish. Don't hold a nigga up, be honest. They're taking me for granted, I'm tired. It's hard to find love when you hollow. All I got is weed pills in this bottle. Is it just me or is everyone on drugs? Feeling for some love, I ain't doing too good. How we lose touch, we was just using words. Can't swallow my pride, gotta find my worth. Gotta kill this pain, can't hide my hurt. Can't bite my tongue, can't waste my breath. No, it ain't right, I don't wanna be wrong. Gotta find my... Hey, is it just me or is everyone on drugs? Feeling for some love, I ain't doing too good. How we lose touch, we was just using words. Can't swallow my pride, gotta find my worth. Gotta kill this pain, can't hide my hurt. Can't bite my tongue, can't waste my breath. No, it ain't right, I don't wanna be wrong. Gotta find my peace, gotta free my soul.
It's just different. Oh yeah. Ooh. Da, 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 da. Look, finally made it up out this dark place. I've been searching for something to make me okay. Looking for inspiration inside my life. Knew there was more to this and I had to fight. I ain't rapping just a rap, I got something to do. There is a blessing in this message, up to you if you choose. You could neglect it or respect it, look at my point of view. But when you dealing with addiction, it's gonna alter your mood. Different levels to the drugs depending on what you do. But when your body gets dependent, got no choice but to use. So I used, started off just having some fun. When my mom passed away, I did the drugs to get numb. Didn't wanna feel a thing, I was dead to the world. If I didn't get my fix, cold sweats in our earl. Night terrors in the days, weeks turn into months. For you know it's been a year and I'm still on the hunt. 2 years later thinking I got control.